Well, it's considered one of the biggest threats to the world's oceans. Delegates from UN member states are gathering here in Paris this Monday to confront the problem of pollution from plastic. The goal is to agree on a global treaty to limit the production of plastic and to emphasize recycling. The UN Environment Program, which is hosting the talks, has released a blueprint for reducing plastic waste by 80% by the year 2040. France 24's Antonia Kerrigan is at the meeting and tells us what's at stake in these talks.
What's at stake, as you say, is a legally binding treaty that they will be looking to sign in 2 years. Now, there are, of course, different camps, different approaches. There is a high ambition coalition chaired by Norway, containing the whole of the EU and various countries across the world. Conspicuous by their absence are the US and China, who are on track to be the world's biggest plastic pollution emitters by 2060 along current trends. Now, how we reduce pollution is, of course, questioned, debated. There are the industries, petrochemical and plastic, who would like us to really invest everything in recycling, end-of-life solutions, without particularly changing our plastic production levels. Now, if we bear in mind that the quantity of plastic already produced is more than the mass of land and sea mammals on this earth. That's enormous. That's up to 150 million tons of plastic pollution in the oceans, with around about 9% currently recycled globally. We don't really have a handle on this plastic problem, and it's hard to imagine how by 2040 we could get to that level. Recycling is also a costly industrial process, with recycled plastic costing much more than virgin plastic. So what NGOs are calling for is much more aggressive approach on the production end. They want to see specific products banned immediately where possible, and deadlines for banning other products, and increasing reuse, putting in place trade requirements to make products more reusable in the medium term, with a view to banning them in the long term. The plastic problem, as they see it, they would make the point that with this much plastic in our oceans, we can't afford to invest in recycling, which seems like something of a dead end. We have to remember there's a huge discrepancy between different countries' infrastructure and different countries' capacities to recycle. To leave you with a sobering statistic, 52% of sea turtles and 90% of seabirds are currently ingesting plastics in their diet, and obviously we can't pretend to think that that won't get into our food chains one way or another with that much out there. So with this many countries around the table today in Paris, it could be a huge disappointment, the deal they sign in 2 years coming out of these negotiations, but it's also a huge opportunity.